Hey guys, it's Nissan, back another day, day 6. Beautiful sunny day though. I really thought it was going to be a lot colder when I read the news yesterday, but when I woke up, it was beautiful, it was sunny, it was amazing. But I mean, it is almost April too, so shouldn't be expecting the cold at least, or hopefully not, fingers crossed. But I want to talk about a few things today, and I guess I'll just get right into it. The first thing is when I woke up today, I kind of felt kind of crap, you know? Like, I was kind of surprised, to be honest with you, because the first 2 days were crap. I was expecting that, but I wasn't expecting to feel crap, like, on the 6th day, you know? But what I started to realize is that when you're drinking a lot or doing drugs or whatever the case is, you're kind of numbing your emotions, your feelings, kind of, you know? Like, you start to feel a certain way, like, whatever the feeling is, happiness, drink. Sad, go drink. Depressed, go drink. Whatever the case was, I was just drinking, and like what that did was just numb down my emotions. I became like a zombie in a weird way. I couldn't feel anything, you know? So when you stop that, like, you start to feel things again, you know? Like, and the feeling of sadness and feeling crappy, I'd say, it's normal, you know? Like, so like when you quit, like, don't expect to just feel awesome all the time. I mean, you will for a bit, which is cool, but you also won't for a bit, which is also cool because that's part of life. Like, I forgot who said this actually, but it reminded me of the ECG graph with the heart pumping and stuff, where it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. And like, if it's not going up and down, it's just a straight vertical line, horizontal line, you're dead. Which made me realize, like, if there's no ups and downs in life, you're dead. You're a zombie, basically. So in that case, I realized, like, it's okay to feel down sometimes. Like, it's just part of life. It's part of the process. And if you're just always used to feeling good, used to just putting chemicals inside of you, whatever it is, and then you stop, like, you're gonna feel down too sometimes, and that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That was actually something interesting for me because I was just expecting to just feel good all the time, you know? But I went on a jog and stuff, got my heart pumping, got the sunlight going, and I started to feel good again. Something else that I realized is that in these 14 months of like continuously drinking, I quit probably about, I'd say like 35 times, I'd say. Like, I'd say I'm done drinking, I'd go for a day or two, start again, and then I'd try again, I'd say I'm done. 4 or 5 days would go, and then I'd start it again, and then sometimes I'd even pour the bottle out and go buy another one. And for someone doing these certain things, just understand that it's okay, because you're not giving up, and that's the main part though. The second you say, like, you know what, like, this is just my lifestyle, I'm gonna drink till I die, that's really when you lost. Or that's when your mind will fool you to think you lost. But really, you just have to keep trying, and eventually you'll get it. What it reminded me of is I was actually in grade 7. I was as tall as I'm now, 5'11". I really did think I was going to be a lot taller, but it didn't happen. But it's okay. And I really liked basketball though back then. I bought a net. I'd play like all the time. Sometimes at nighttime, actually, when my parents would park the car, I'd move the net onto the street and I'd play with my neighbor. And because we had a street light just in front of my house, and like, it was awesome. And being that tall then, like, one of my main goals was to dunk. Like, that's really what I wanted to do. But before you dunked, you had to touch the net, obviously. And I'd always try over and over and over again, and I would never get it. I'd just touch the mesh, and like, I would never get the rim. And one day I almost gave up, and like, one of my uncle was over, and he said, if you keep trying every single day, one day you will touch the rim. And I kept trying, and like, it took months and months, but one day I touched the rim. And I think that has to do with not just touching the rim on the basketball net, but a lot of other things in life as well. For example, the quitting the booze. Like, if you're continuously trying over and over again, one day you'll get it. But if I just, with the basketball, with the touching the rim at least, if I just stopped one day and just said, you know what, I'm not going to touch this rim, like, I'm giving up, guess what? I would have never touched the rim. But then again, it was just in the mind. Really, I could have. So if you are trying and then you just gave up, just remember that you didn't give up, but your mind told you that you gave up. That's all it is. But you can try again. Nature blesses us with another day. So with that being said, you gotta just keep trying, and eventually you will touch it. I mean, not the rim. Eventually, you will quit. That's something that I really thought about, because when I thought about it, like, I quit so many times, and like it was like I was just running in a circle. You just have to realize that yourself, that like your mind just playing these games with you. Like, to grow, you just have to continuously evolve. You know what I mean? Like, it's a process of growing every single day. There's no reason to go backwards. It just doesn't make any sense. But for everyone, it's a different way. For everyone, it's a different process. For some people, it takes months and months. For some people, it takes years and years. But everyone's different. But you just can't give up. You just got to keep going. That's kind of my message for today, though. And just gonna end up cleaning some parts of my garden. I can't wait till like this whole little frost thing goes away, because in the morning it is kind of chilly, so I don't really want to bring my plants outside. But I have to start planting some of my flowers inside, like the sunflowers and stuff, because one thing I've noticed is that the earlier I plant them, the taller they get. Like last year I planted them kind of late, and they only end up growing to be like around my height. But my uncle, who lives up in Caledon, I don't know what it is. I don't think they get more sunlight or whatever. I think he just plants them out a lot earlier. His grows to be like 8-9 foot. So like, I obviously want mine to be that big. And when summer hits, I'll be making more like garden vlogs as well about some of my favorite flowers. Sunflower, I thought was my favorite flower until a few years back I discovered the morning glory, which I did by total accident actually. Like, I threw some seeds in my front yard, and then my neighbor, who loves gardening, came out and said, "Wow, that's a beautiful morning glory." And I just thought it was like a weed or some flower that just randomly grows here. But it wasn't. And like, it's honestly the most beautiful flower ever, guys. If you guys don't know about it, search it up. It's very easy to grow. In some parts actually of the States, they even consider it a weed, because it's a vine, and like it really takes over everything. The only sad part is that it only starts flowering in late summer. Like, it's like it gets a sign that like it's gonna be cold soon, and then it starts flowering. So like, you won't really see the flower till late of August or something. But it has like heart-shaped leaves and stuff, and it's honestly one of my favorite flowers ever, though. And what I love doing is in the front, which I'll make another vlog about when I'm gardening, is I plant the sunflower there as well. And since it's a vine, it goes around it, and eventually like the morning glory starts flowering right beside the sunflower, and it's just the most beautiful thing ever, honestly. I honestly can't wait. Like, it is kind of sad with all this virus stuff happening. Some of the stores are closed down for now. But I mean, I did get a job at the garden, and they should be opening April 6th. So I'm just gonna go stock up on some seeds, start growing them inside at first, and then throw them outside. And I just can't wait, guys. Thinking about this virus too, in a way I'm kind of grateful that it started in spring, because if it started in the winter, I'll be honest, for someone like me who loves nature and gardening, I would have totally went nuts. I mean, like, you can't even go skating. Those rings would have been closed because there's too much people around, and like, you can't even go to the Blue Mountain to go snowboarding or whatever, and it would have just drove me nuts, to be honest. But so in a way, like, just gotta look at the positive in everything, you know. The one thing I noticed is you have to look at what you can control. That's the main thing. Like, the past you can't really control, so there's no reason to look at the past and think about what you could have done and blah blah. You're just gonna drive yourself nuts. I think that has to do with the virus as well. Like we're all under all this fear and all this stuff, but what can you really do? Wash your hands, don't touch your face, social distancing. Okay, do those things, but sitting at home watching the news and being scared, like, that's not gonna do anything. Like, you can't control it. So like, just sit back, do what you can do, and just relax. Stay positive, guys. Stay healthy. We'll all get through this together. I can't wait till April starts, because it's gonna start getting a lot warmer, and I can finally start my garden vlogs. All right, guys, peace.